Hello everyone, today I have a wonderful talk from you, for you, from Eckhart Tolle about the, for me, most intense and mind-opening topic, the resistance inside of us, the resistant walls we are building up. Enjoy listening, and also afterwards my few words of adding to this wonderful talk from Eckhart. Prepare yourself with a cup of tea, a blanket, and just take your me time now.
No, nothing is needed beyond noticing it in the same way that you notice a sense perception and look on it, feel it. Otherwise, the fear becomes a reaction and you withdraw and run back into identification with thinking, the familiar place. It feels so familiar. So then the fear pushes you, when you touch the space consciousness, sometimes it happens that fear arises. And then you touch it again and you go, and if you don't know that this is a very natural reaction, then the fear, you identify with the fear, you become the fearful entity that then withdraws again into the normal state of the. So to notice the fear is there brings about a freedom so that the fear is not totally possessing you. You're not totally identified with the movement of fear. You can see the fear in your energy field. And don't have to do anything. You allow that, and then you can look again at something when the same thing that brought the fear. There is a gentleness when you allow the fear. There's a gentleness around it. Because so you're using the other portal now with the fear, which is allowing it to be. Then the fear itself is turned into a portal. First it seems to prevent you from getting there. But if you then apply the portal of allowing it what is to be, it is, then the fear itself becomes a portal again. So first there was the portal of perception, clear perception, which brought about fear, or listening to the silence, which brought about fear. Then you notice the fear and allow it. The allowing is best expressed in a gesture that I would describe as this, where you hold it in a spaciousness, which is also, one could say, that gesture and that particular portal very much it's connected with the female principle of embracing. That's why you see sometimes with Mary statues, the arms like that, but that is the female principle. There's enormous power in that holding, embracing, receptivity, and there's a gentleness there. So when you allow something, including fear, there is that an inner holding it within this larger spaciousness. And it might even help for a little while to actually hold your arms like that, and then, because you can almost feel the space around it. And then whatever it is that you allow to be will turn into the portal. The worst things will turn into a portal. But the worse they get, the deeper the yes would have to be, and the deeper the allowing. And so see how everything that looks like an obstacle in your life, an obstacle to enlightenment, an obstacle to whatever, can easily be turned into an opening simply through non-resistance. And then every situation, even if it looks from a conventional mental viewpoint, even if it looks dreadful, very bad indeed, if you allow that which looks dreadful and very bad indeed, the strange thing is that every situation, it's not just on the inner level that the shift happens, that the portal opens. The situation itself is turned from good to bad. It's the transmutation of good to bad. It's not, there's a famous story, unfortunately I don't remember the details of it, there are different versions, when a poor farmer, a horse comes to him, a wild horse, and all the people in the village come to him and say, "Aren't you lucky? You're so lucky that this horse, you have a horse now." And the farmer says, "Well, maybe so." And then the next day the horse, I think, leaves him again, and they all come, "Oh, you've lost the horse. You're so unlucky. First you had it." Just maybe. And then the horse comes back the next day with 5 other horses, and they come back and says, "Maybe." Then the farmer's son rides on the wild horse, and then is thrown off and breaks his leg, and the villagers come and say, "Oh, poor man, you know he cannot help you with the harvest." And the farmer, "Perhaps, maybe." The next day the army comes to seek conscripts for the next war, and the son can't go with them, and they all get killed, of course. So the villagers come and say, "Aren't you lucky you kept your son because he has a broken leg?" Okay, every event, he doesn't resist anything, and every seemingly bad event turns into good again. There are quite a few people in this room who have experienced bad events that they would never have chosen. If somebody said, "Do you want this to happen to you?" you would just say, "No." But it happened. And at some point, surrender happened. If not complete, substantial surrender happened. And then you see that which you never wanted was actually the best possible thing to happen for you. And it's a strange realization that whatever happens to you, when you align yourself with it, will turn out to be the best possible thing for you. The universe is not mad. Only you are mad. It's nothing personal. And of course, your madness is part of the universe too. It's a little game. So to see that whatever happens through the yes turns around. It's not only that you become free internally, and a dimension opens up that is beyond the form that this moment takes. Even on the level of form, a shift happens, and it turns around. And that's an amazing thing to realize. The similar story, which I have told a few times, the Zen master who was accused by a 17-year-old girl who was pregnant of being the father in a town in Japan. And the parents came to him and said, "She has just told us she's going to have she's given birth to this baby, and she has just confessed to us that you are the father." When she came to see you 9 months ago, it happened. She had a session with you, and all over the town the gossip started, and they all said how dreadful he could have done such a thing. But when they came to him, the parents, and told him about it, all he said was, "Is that so?" In Japanese. I don't know what the Japanese... it may be something like, "Ah, so," or something like that. So the parents come and say, "Here, we don't want this baby, it's your baby, you look after it." First they say, "You are the father," and he didn't deny it. He said, "Oh." And then they said, "Here, you have the baby, you look after it, we don't want it." "Is that so?" And then they left, and he started looking after the baby, feeding it, buying food. Nobody came to see him anymore because he had lost his reputation. But because he didn't live through a conceptualized sense of self, all that mattered to him was what this moment required. This moment, there was this baby, so he was feeding the baby. Without the conceptualized sense of self, the drama was in all the other people. They talked about it for months and months. The drama was not in him. There was only this moment, and he cared for the baby. A year later, the girl confessed that the master wasn't the father, but the boy next door. So the parents came running to the Zen master and said, "She's just told us that you are not the father." And he said, "Ah, so." And so we are terribly sorry, we made a mistake. Yes, so. And can we have the baby back now, please? We want the baby now. Is that so? Okay, here it is. That situation, which is potentially a dreadful thing for the Zen master, it turned into good, only good. The baby was brought up the first year of his or her life by a Zen master. That's a good start in life. The story symbolizes the state of it's an extreme version of non-resistance to what is. It wouldn't have to be literally like that. You could say, he could have said, "No, I'm not the father. But if you believe that I'm a father, what can I do?" Could say that also. This is an extreme form of being aligned totally with now, never resisting. And the good that comes out of a seemingly bad event through alignment, inner alignment with it. So it describes the state of not resisting the isness of now. Jesus has an even more extreme example, and again it's a symbol. It's to turning the other cheek means simply complete non-reaction. It's not necessarily, you don't have to take it literally, it's inner non-reaction. Inner non-reaction. Because usually somebody hitting you on the cheek would immediately produce a strong reaction. So he's not giving any prescription for external conduct, it's pointing to an inner state of being aligned, non-reaction. So and all evil turns into good through that. The situation turns around. You have to try it out in your life. But one could say that is only a byproduct of something deeper. The fact that the external situation also turns around is a byproduct of something deeper. At the deepest level, what matters is the inner, the arising of that depth, that spaciousness within yourself. To know that through non-resistance. And then there's the event, and here the allowing. the space that comes when you allow. And so you become free of depending on content of your life. As a byproduct of that, a little irony of the universe, when internally you become free of the content of your life needing to be in a particular way to satisfy you, you become free of that need for your life situation to be in a particular way to satisfy you, which most people have that great need. You become free of that because knowing the depths of space consciousness is the most satisfying of all. That is the only satisfying state. So then the need for content to be in a particular way isn't there. And the irony of the universe is such that when you don't need for the content of your life to be in a particular way, it turns into, the tendency is for content to turn into good. Not without limitations ever, but it becomes harmonious because you're aligned with the totality. So a harmonious flow comes into your life, which often means it also improves the content as a byproduct. Precisely at the point when you don't need it anymore as a desperate inner need.
Yeah, thank you very much, Eckhart. This is so true. Can you feel it? Can you feel that truth in his words? And he also is adding that world is not there to make you happy. It's there to challenge you, to deliver experience to you. And to be happy and aligned is your work. It's your work to stay that way, through flowing through your experience, through all the experiences that are coming, that are delivered from the universe to you. That's the true understanding of everything. Wonderful, isn't it? Very releasing, relaxing, accepting. Yeah, and now become aware again of who you are, your lottery win in your life, and all the other lives as well. Of course. And if you like, take that opportunity for you to have a free coaching session as a gift from me to you. Look me up on Instagram, Facebook, and then contact me, make a time, and then you will have a wonderful session with me where, you will, after this session, you will be changed. You will have changed something. It is just wonderful. A wonderful, small, intense gift from me to you. Bye-bye now and have a wonderful day or night.